Morning. I won't tell you when I won the lottery, but there will be signs. Ta-da. I've not really won the lottery. But I got an email the other day from a company and they said, your details were passed over to us from the press team at Toyota UK. We know you're a fan of the Hilux, but we thought you might enjoy getting something new. We've just launched the Land Cruiser commercial and would like to offer you a week-long loan to put it through its paces. You don't mean that. Me? Put it through its paces? Do you not know who I am? I'm the breaker of things. I'll wipe 50% off its value in a weekend, baby. You don't mean put it through its paces. But anyway, they weren't messing about and they sent me it. To start with, full transparency, if I won the lottery tomorrow, the only car I would buy is a Toyota Land Cruiser. But in recent years, I felt a little bit like, they're just not what they were, are they? Like, it feels like nothing's built like it was. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing's built to last these days. And the thing about a Toyota Land Cruiser is, they're like the daddies, aren't they? They're just the daddies. They are the ultimate vehicle. They're the vehicle that you would take to the middle of the North Pole or to the middle of the desert or just to the most extreme environments. The Land Cruiser is the one that you take with you. Zombie apocalypse, do you know what I mean? Land Cruiser. Why would you want any other vehicle? And the reason I love Toyotas is because I just like stuff that doesn't break. Like, I like the durability. I do break stuff. You've all seen it. It is just my curse. I break. And I just need something that can start every day, works, doesn't have an absolute fit if I hit an anthill. So there was an element of don't meet your hero. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I was a bit like, I'm going to get it and it's going to be rubbish and I'm going to be disheartened. But actually, it's so good. Like, it's so good. I can't even, it's like, I mean, look at it, right? When I first got it, I was a bit like, meh. But it's massively grown on me. They've done this like retro fit out like they did back in the day. Like, it's like a nod to the old school and they've just, like, you can tell, like, I'm buzzing. Like, you can tell that it's well built. Like, it's, it just feels like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, that's why I like my Spaniel. It's like, we're going to work. She's like, yeah, anything, let's go. That's what this feels like. So I was a bit worried that they'd gone down the whole luxury route and it was going to be a bit like, yeah. They've sort of been like, we build Land Cruisers, they don't break. That's what we're about. That's what this vehicle's about. And you can tell from driving it, you're like, yeah, feels like a Land Cruiser. Baby, it's nice.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dime. Serves this up her mind to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, it's the ugly truth. How they coming for you. Yeah, no. Don't you think you're better off where the neighbors don't stare? Maybe you're wanted, looking good for the movie screens, living in make-believe, hoping your wishes get granted. I know you never giving up unless it's real. A slippery slope, it's not enough to please you. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dime. Serves this up her mind to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, it's the ugly truth. How they coming for you. Yeah, let's go. It's the missed opportunity train. It only comes on a very blue moon. Think twice.
Really wanted to be able to really put this through its paces, but they sent me it in the height of summer during a prolonged drought. So we haven't really been able to really like test its off-road capabilities. I'm also a bit scared too, because it's not mine. I'm scared of breaking it. I am an unlucky man. One thing that was slightly annoying, they sent me one without a tow bar. And I was going to make a video of me going to a garage and getting a tow bar fitted to this, but my wife said they'd never speak to me again, so I think she was probably right. So I haven't had a tow bar fitted, so I haven't been able to tow with it. And actually, it's actually only a 200 brake horsepower engine, and I do wonder what that would be like. So unfortunately, couldn't test it properly. One thing I did have is some really heavily cultivated land, and it just sort of really, the ride comfort going over that is just unreal. It really eats up the ground. And the other things we have is, and we've also driven it quite hard across a lot of the like ant hills we have and stuff like that, and it just absolutely gobbles them up. The one thing I love about a Hilux is I can round cattle up round here, hit a hole in the ground where a tree used to be at 30 mile an hour. It feels like there's an actual like IED gone off underneath me, and then I can just get on the motorway, drive 70 mile an hour, and just not even have a tiny squeak or squeal or noise come from the car. It's just, that is why I love them. Right then, should we have a look inside? I'll just press this button. So this is the commercial version, so the back seats have been taken out. So this is essentially the exact same as a Land Cruiser, but they've just taken the seats out and just clipped these windows in. There's a heap of space in here. I don't have a measuring tape, but it's pretty big. But it's good. It's got these bits we can, you know, tie things down to. Power points. It's good. And in the front, oh yeah, baby. It is smart, real smart. One thing I really like, should we just turn her on? Woo. One thing I really love is the driving position. Like it just feels nice, do you know what I mean? And this chair might be the thing I'm most upset about having to give the vehicle up about. Right, look at this. Heated seats for the wife, aircon seats to, you know, keep things cool. And I love these. Everything's just so user friendly. Nobody drives an Eco, do they? These seats, honestly, just might be the best seats I've ever sat in. I'm not even joking. It's so comfortable. And there's a couple of things I really hate. Now, one, it's a bit naggy. It just seems a bit like it whines at you a lot. Do you know what I mean? If you was to drive over the speed limit, which I never would, but if you were to drive over the speed limit, it beeps at you. It's not like a really horrible noise or anything. It's actually quite subtle, but it's sort of there. So it's a bit naggy, you know? And also it's got this sensor here. It looks at your face, and if you're looking away, it beeps at you again and tells you that you've got to sit up, or it's not detecting your face and you need to look forward. Which is also really annoying as a farmer, because I'm constantly driving around looking at my sheep rather than what's in front of me. So just like a practical day-to-day, like it's just a bit annoying, and I'm not quite sure how to turn it off. I think you can, but then I don't think you can turn it off permanently, and I think that would just do me in, if I'm honest with you. So just from a farmer point of view, it's just a bit like, oh, I don't know, it just feels like you're being nagged. I feel like I'm being nagged a bit. I don't want to be nagged. I don't know, but you know, feels like you could have just not put that on there. I don't think anyone would be upset if you didn't. The other thing I don't like as well is it smells really bad in here. Like, it stinks. Now, I'm a sheep farmer, right? I don't always smell that good, but this car stinks. I think it's the big rubber matting in the back, and I can imagine it will wear off over time. It's a very new car. This had 800 miles on it when I got it. It's very new, but that mat just absolutely stinks. Like, it just gives you a bit of a headache. Again, a couple of months with it, bit of rubbish on my boots, I'm sure we'll get it smelling a bit different, but I don't know, it's just one of those things. So the actual car itself, it's big. What is? It's a big car. It's that big. Like, it is not a small car at all. And one thing that I really like about that is it seems like it's going to be really heavy, but I don't know if it's like electric power steering or something, but the steering is so light. You could literally drive it with a finger, and it's not tiring to drive in any way. So I've done quite a lot of driving. I've put about 400 miles on this. I've got to be honest, like, it just is nice. Like, it doesn't feel uncomfortable with the seat and the steering wheel. It is just genuinely really nice. I haven't even got into this whole situation. Like, I don't like all the fancy bits on cars. It doesn't worry me. Like, I just want something that starts, works, does what I need it to do. But when you do get into it, it'll tell you what your tyre pressure is. It'll even tell you what your spare tyre pressure is. On the whole, as a commercial vehicle, this is the one. One other thing that I really like that possibly people wouldn't is the engine. Like, it sounds very much like a diesel engine. It isn't quiet in any way, but I actually really like that because everything feels a little bit spaceshipy in these new modern cars. Like, I drive a car as 10-year-old. All these new things, everything feels a bit, I don't know, just a bit, you just feel quite disconnected from it because it feels like you're driving a spaceship. But I like that you can hear that grunty, Land Cruisery grr, you know? I like that. So I know what you're thinking. What's it cost? Well, it's at my price range. That's for show. It's £50,000, which I actually don't think is a lot of money. I actually think they've priced it pretty sensibly. It's a whole lot of vehicle for 50,000. And what does 50,000 buy you these days? You could buy like a Land Rover. Sorry, a Land Rover. You could buy another vehicle for 50,000. £50,000 for a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser. I've almost said not that bad. Like, it's a lot of money, but everything is nowadays. I just feel like you could buy something a lot worse for that sort of money. I just wish I had 50,000. Do you know what the saddest thing is? I've got to take this back now. And don't get me wrong, I've got a Toyota Hilux. I've got the 2015 3-litre engine. My Hilux is about as good a car as they can get, but it just feels a bit disappointing now. I've never ever been in a vehicle, this is going to sound a bit weird, but I've never ever driven a vehicle that, like, makes you feel like the man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know you're driving like the best vehicle ever made, and there's nowhere else to go from it. Like, this is it. And I've also never driven a vehicle that feels like it was made for me. The unbreakable truck. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just fits me. It feels like it's the unbreakable truck. And I was so scared. Am I going to fit under that tree? Hey Chris, why is there these scratch marks down the roof? We're good. I was really concerned, like I said at the start, I was really concerned that they were going to give me this vehicle and I was going to be like, oh God, Toyota, what are you doing? God's sake, like, us farmers, we love you because you build stuff that doesn't break. Like, you build stuff that works. Like, what are you doing messing about making some luxury vehicle that won't last? That's not the case. It's not the case at all. It feels like built properly. No, it's just made me want one even more. The great part is Toyota have, like, gone back to their roots. It even looks like a retro Land Cruiser. That's the great bit. Like, thank you Toyota for making a proper vehicle again. But I ain't never going to be able to afford one. It's beeping at me because of stinging nettles, by the way. It doesn't like the stinging nettles. Again, I might be able to turn that off, but it gets a bit annoying. So yeah, the sad part is I've got to go and give it back now. I thought about maybe just running away. I could do a YouTube on me being on the run with Toyota's vehicle. Y'all can't catch me. So I have been running a campaign for 5 years on Instagram to get Toyota to give me a Hilux. I only really started an Instagram account. Well, one of the reasons I started an Instagram account was because everyone gets given stuff on Instagram, and it was always people that could afford to buy one. Toyota Hilux is literally the only tool that we use, and we do everything with it. And I was just like, why don't you just give one to like a young farming couple that could really use one. So yeah, I just gave them a lot of banter for many years. And there's even an online petition that's got over 1,000 signatures for me to get given one, which is funny. I've just been like, hey, why don't you sponsor my YouTube channel? The only sponsor I'd ever have of my YouTube channel, by the way. Well, actually, no, there's about 3 companies, but Toyota is one of them, because I fully believe in I've drank the Toyota Kool-Aid. I fully believe in how good their vehicles are that they make. Right, slap back to reality. In the Hilux, I just went and dropped off the Land Cruiser to MGL Global. They do all the marketing for Toyota. Pretty sure that's what she said. They were cool though, they were funny people. I got to sit in the Hilux that was used to go to like the Arctic Circle, whatever the Top Gear did, so day made. That was my first and probably last ever car review. Let us know what you thought, and I really appreciate the likes. If you give it loads of likes, then you never know, Toyota might just give me one, so who knows. But back to farming next time. What a car. Till next time.